friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley if you're new here, and in this video I'm going to be doing a flip through and first thoughts of the Sonlight P program. So if you watched my video about Sonlight, you know that I'm actually not using this program yet. I bought this a bit prematurely, but I did buy it off Facebook Marketplace, so I did buy it for cheaper than you would get it on the Sonlight website. I paid $168 for it, and I just looked up on the Sonlight website. It is $402 new. The only thing that I didn't get with this is the kit that comes with it. And so I also did not get the Peter Rabbit book, and I don't know if they still have that on here because I'm not seeing it, but I might just be missing it. And then the only other difference is that there is the first 1,000 words in English in this version, and in the current version is first 1,000 words in Spanish. So I thought I would first start by just showing you all of the books that come with it and what I've noticed about these books first. And then I'm going to get into the instructor's guide. I want to do a pretty detailed flip through of this, and then I'm going to show you what a day looks like in this program. So to start out, I wanted to start with these. This is book 1 through 4 of Developing the Early Reader. I really haven't looked through these too much, but I don't really plan on using them, but they seem to be just like workbooks that you can use. It also comes with this CD that it looks like it has an introduction, Paul Bunyan, Johnny Appleseed, Pico Spill, and The Fastest Straw in the West. So that's interesting. I don't think I have anything that can play this right now, but I'll have to find something. And then I split it up into different categories that I noticed that they have. The first category I have here is art. There is the Child's Book of Art. So it looks like this on the inside. It is a huge book, as you can see next to my head. There is sort of about like a character, not study, but these, obviously, the Children's Book of Virtues will teach your kids about character, which is awesome. Then there is a Bible, of course, since this is the History Bible Literature package. It comes with 101 favorite stories from the Bible as your Bible to go through. We are actually currently going through this in our morning basket if you've seen any of my other videos, and we are loving this already. I have a 5-year-old right now. He's in preschool, and we just read one story a day, and it has 3 discussion questions at the end. And this has honestly brought up a lot of really good discussions with my 5-year-old, and we love that one so far. And then there are New Toast for Tia and The Gods Must Be Angry. We read New Toast for Tia, and this is a missionary story. And this on the back says it's a true story from Thailand. So we haven't read this one yet, but I believe these are about God. Next, there is 2 poem books. One is Eric Carle's Animals, Animals. And this is a childhood favorite. Not necessarily this book, but obviously Eric Carle is. The pictures in here are very obviously Eric Carle-esque. So that one's very nice. And then A Treasury of Mother Goose. Every other page in this one has color. It's interesting. Next, we have phonics. We have Dr. Seuss's ABC. This, I believe you go through possibly a letter a week. And then, like I showed you, this one's first 1,000 words in English. Our version has this. Now there's first 1,000 words in Spanish. I may get that one as well when we do this one next year, but I'm not sure yet. And then the next little category I would consider social studies. There is people, and this has all different kinds of examples of how people are different from one another. Like how their eyes look different, how people come in many colors, the different kinds of pets people have, so that's very cool. There is things people do, so it shows different jobs that people can have. This one I thought is the coolest little book. It's an Usborne book, Then and Now. It shows different examples of then in the kitchen and now in the kitchen and the differences over time, which I even thought was really fun to look at myself. Also, sorry if you can hear my daughter in the background. She's just hanging out playing while I'm filming this video. And then these are, I was torn between social studies and literature because they're kind of in the middle, but stories from around the world. This is what it looks like on the inside. And then stories from Africa, which I believe this one technically could also be in Bible as well, because I believe these are also missionary stories. Yes, they are. How if this one is Rescue by Airplane, how a missionary pilot saved a little boy's life. So we actually haven't read any of these yet. We have cracked into many of these books, and my son has loved them. We have loved them. My husband has loved reading them, so we're really excited to go through these next year. The reason we're doing it next year instead of this year is because I also have a 3-year-old son, and I'm wanting him to join in with this Sonlight program, and next year he will be 4. So this will be a better suit for a 4 and a 6-year-old, and then the year after that they will be 5 and 7. So we'll just keep moving through it. So some more literature is The Classic Tales of Brer Rabbit. This one is probably one of our favorites. My son loved these. We sat and read the entire book the day that it came. The pictures in it are amazing, and the stories are really, really fun. Then there is The Lion Storyteller Bedtime Book. I'm also really excited to read all of these ones. We've read a couple, and they're really fun to read as well. It says 40 world folk tales, especially for reading aloud. Then there's Uncle Wiggily's Storybook. This is one that we have not picked up at all, probably because there really are not many pictures, and my son doesn't think it's probably as exciting as it probably is once we get into the stories, so it will be really fun to have a bit more encouragement to pick up that book. And then there is the Millie Molly Mandy Storybook. I forgot to mention, these last ones were literature. I forget if I said that. And then the last category I would say is science. And there's a lot of Usborne books in here. So there is Why Do Tigers Have Stripes? What's Under the Sea? Is a blue whale the biggest thing there is? These are the cutest books. There's a few of these. Let me pull up the other ones. What's smaller than a pygmy screw? How do you lift a lion? How to dig a hole to the other side of the world. My son loves all of these ones. And then The Year at Maple Hill Farm. This teaches about different seasons. And then The Bernstein Bears, A Big Book of Science and Nature. This is also another favorite already. Of course, who doesn't love Bernstein Bears? And then this teaches obviously about nature, and it also teaches about holidays, seasons, weather, actual facts about snow, wind, rain, thunder, lightning, the sun, the moon, and lots more. So I think that's all of the books. Now I want to show you a little bit inside the instructor's manual. So in this part, I just want to do a little flip through of the instructor's guide, just in case you want to get an idea of different weeks of what they entail and that sort of thing. So it starts off with the table of contents and then the book list. And then it has some information for you about the Exploring God's World program, some practical tips before you start, how to read the schedule, field trips, Bible, talk to your children, further assistance, corrections, and suggestions. And then it gets right into week 1. This level has 36 weeks, and this is what the weeks look like. They have them separated by Bible, read alouds, readiness skills. Those were those developing the early learner books. Science, world cultures, and then a song. After it shows you what to read each week, it breaks it down by day. This is day 1 for 101 favorite stories from the Bible, and it has you either ask your children questions or has activities that you can do. So this is day 1, day 4, day 2, day 3. This is day 1, so you kind of have to go through them and pick out which day that you are on. So that was for the first week. So it's not a whole lot, not overwhelming at all. So this is week 2 already. So for the rest, I'm just gonna flip through slowly so you can get an idea. Oh, and this one, that's really fun. There is a recipe for pumpkin pancakes from one of the Mother Goose rhymes. So that's really cool. For the next part, I wanted to just walk you through what a day looks like. I picked week 18 because it's directly in the middle, so I think it's a bit easier in the beginning and then a bit longer in the end. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I've heard. So I picked the middle so we could see what it's like directly in the middle of the course. So day 86 is, I think, the first day of the week. You always introduce the memory verse, which they have right here. And then the other 3 days, you read a story out of the Bible book. And then the first one is you read pages 84 and 85 out of the Mother Goose rhymes. So that are these 2 pages. It's only 2 poems, very short and simple. And then the next one is you read pages 4 to 12 out of the Brer Rabbit book. So that starts here. This is page 4. And that's to 12. So it's only 1 story out of this as well. And then continuing down, it is a poem out of the Eric Carle's book. Page 18, Every Insect, so that's just 1 poem here. I'm going to skip over this really quick, but I'll show that at the end. And then you go over letter I. Which is this page here, very short. And then lastly, for science, you do What's Under the Sea, page 7. Which is just this page here. So that is it for the day, which honestly, I feel like you could probably do that all in 20 minutes or so. I don't know for sure, but it also depends on how long you stay on each book and talk about it afterward, but it's very doable for sure, especially with like younger children. I think my 3-year-olds actually could even sit through all of those at this point. And lastly, I just want to show what the questions look like for this week, because I did forget to do that. These are the questions or activities that are after you read through the stories. Oh, and I did miss this. There is a song for the week as well. And then that's the next week. So that is it for this video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below and I will definitely get back to you. Thank you so much for watching this and I will see you in the next one.